Detroit records and tied him into distribution. Right? Now, he got another handler. His other handler go by the name of Russell Simmons. But when the heat started coming down, when he seen Tupac, he got out of Dodge because he understood from the culture who Tupac was and that he came to expose all of the corruption. Right? And he needed a lot of people involved with him exposing the corruption. He needed people to try to be independent and successful so we can see the industry trying to shut him down. So he recruited a team, and Biggie was his lieutenant. Right? The East Coast West Coast beef was a CIA media operation, and so we used it to our advantage. We knew what they was doing, so we reenact the historical event that the tribes do. When you getting this public tongue lashing from the chief that's correcting the chief that was in error, you just remain silent because you know you was wrong. Biggie Chief Sitting Bull. The only person that can discipline him in the ranks of spirituality is Tupac Amaru, that was on the scene at the time. So how do you discipline him? You give him a public flogging. You tear his ass up in the public domain, but his non-response is the critical part that we need. His lack of response becomes critical because now we know he have the skill set to retaliate in verbal fashion from the songs that he already got out, but he don't really respond. Why he say he didn't respond? He said he wasn't entertaining their media bullshit. That's what he said. Now, if he was Tupac lieutenant, like Tupac said, if any validity to what Tupac said, that means the lieutenant not going to turn on the general, but the lieutenant will play a role in order for the general's plan to be carried out successfully. Right? Biggie in Jamaica. Heard the rumor I was dead on the street. Bullshit, nigga, getting head on the beach. So they tell you they leave clues. But if you don't have a love, a genuine, a pure heart love for the art form, for the artists, and for the warfare that we going through, the ability to win, you won't never tie it to Native American wind talk, code talk. We are code talkers. So we use the common language in a certain fashion where the tribes in Chicago can communicate with the tribes in LA, and the tribes in LA can communicate with the tribes in Miami, and the tribes in Miami can communicate with the tribes in New York. Now we got the whole land covered. We talking, and they just calling it music. The chiefs is out here. We telling y'all what's going on, but the media's assault is telling y'all we insane. We don't know what we're talking about. But the receipts that we produce say this is undisputed. What Tupac tell you about in white man's world? He say, they tell me it's the white man I should fear. It's my own kind doing all the killing here. What is he talking about?
Us.
Talking about the black hand.
It's them.
Yeah, they look like us, but they ain't us. Go back to the Death Row East announcement when he say this is chess, not checkers. He said we've been had them checkmated 3 years ago. Now we trying to get the imposters out. What's the use to winning the war and you still got the infiltrators in your midst? So you create a compelling spectacle and make them and draw them out. We know they sleeper cells, but we also know they're on the FBI and confidential informant list. They also on the local police confidential informant list. They part of the FBI snitch program. They the boule working for the system, right? So once we understand that part, we could begin to see that everybody was playing the part, but they was all doing something different. And that we had the same enemy, but we didn't know that the enemy was making us fight each other because they can't beat us. The only people that can beat us is us. So they turned us against each other in hopes that we won't never figure out what they did. Therefore, we end up annihilating ourselves, right? And that leaves them with the spoils of our heritable rights. It ain't gonna happen on my watch because I'm gonna explain it to you so you can know exactly what I'm talking about and what they doing. It was feathers versus feds. They look like us, but they ain't us. We see you too, black devils.
Mm-hmm.
Every time the peaceful congregate, they come in with some shenanigans, trying to cause a disruption. They the heckler in the comedy show. Everywhere you go, they heckling somebody.
I call it the noise.
Yeah.
I call it the noise. This is a wild intersection. Like, this is wild. I just found out about you from B Dale's one of you guys' panels. It was you, B Dale, and another brother, and I went down your rabbit hole, followed your Instagram, because you speak in the language, the code, what I understand. Um, so I was listening to one of your videos. I think it was last week, and you're speaking about shrooms, how you make a whole meal, like you make a sandwich with the shrooms. I thought that was funny. Like, I was cracking up at work. So I'm wondering, like, can you just go into some shrooms, like just some wisdom about it, because I want to be more intentional about it. And I always tell people, naturally, I'm off of shrooms naturally. So when I'm on it, I'm always having clarity, insight. It's just beautiful. It's just, it's not for fun. For, it's for like, it's for clarity for me. But I just want to listen to you about speak about it, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah. Well, if I tell a lot of people when they ask me about the psilocybins, because it's always anytime you finna open up the mind that's never been opened before, panic can set in, which will cause a bad trip. So I always tell people that
Mm-hmm.
ask me about it to either find a mushroom shaman or find somebody that's done it several times to do it with, so that they know if you start having a bad trip, they can steer you back to a better place because they got the experience, right? But normally the bad trip is the first sign that you're not doing your self work.
It's just a, bro, so you know I'm on the same page. I'm past that. Like, I'm in love, like some of that stuff. I'm actually the person who would pull me up, but I'm fire shot. But naturally, I've been put in this light. So now it's more just me taking, like, I've arrived, but I understand when I arrived, this is the beginning, and I arrived 2021. So I'm here. I've been here for a while in reality, and I'm, the rabbit hole deep, but I'm on my feet. That's all I
So
can
you,
say.
you see TJ6 say that to me, I grow them things. He'd be a good person, a person that's been in it long enough to be growing them. They can keep you in a joyful trip, keep you laughing, keep you upbeat. Because soon as if you haven't done the self work and you bring up the trigger, it's gonna give you all this dark shit. That's what the bad trip is. Lack of self work. You got unresolved traumas, and the mushroom gonna make you see it, right? So when you ain't doing the self work of dealing with your bullshit, your own issues, you need a guide in order to keep you from having a trip that can cause you to have a heart attack. The heart attack is not from the mushroom, it's from the terror of the unresolved issues that you carry in with you. You see what Lady Langston Hughes say? Mushrooms magnify whatever the current status.
Mm.
It's going to tell you, right? And if you get in touch with psilocybin, which is the spirit of the mushroom, he say he liked that name. That motherfucker came in on a light show to me. I was laying there, I see all these flashing blue. I got my eyes closed, mind you, but it looked like a disco floor with all these red and blue flashing lights. I'm like, what the hell is this? And as soon as I said that, he said, I'm psilocybin, the spirit of the mushroom. That shit was so funny to me. I bust out laughing. And he started telling me the whole rundown, the history of the mushroom and where they came from. He told me the Teros brought them here to help open up the mind of the people who was denied ascension rights. That's why Paleface been eating mushrooms and we thought they was crazy for eating. But they was
This,
been used by us thousands of years. It's not new. The purpose of them is to open up your consciousness, stretch your brain out, your mind. Because once you expand the mind, it can't go back. It can't
mm.
go back. You broke free now. You can't go back. And that means that now you got to give yourself time to organize whatever it is in your mind, and then you able to use that extra space of the stretched mind.
So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. The self work past. Obviously, the maintenance is never over, but I'm at the point where I'm exploring the stretch and learning more. So the path I'm on right now is I'm an artist in I'm not in the industry, but I'm an artist and I'm speaking the truth. I can't play the charade. I can't play the game. Um, that's where I'm at, and I'm trying to contain myself on this live, but this excites me. Like this is really what I do. This is really what it is, and it's time. It's now. Like I'm alive. It's time. We here. It's that. There's no time to play. There's no time to look back, live in the past. It's right now. You know, like that's the energy I'm on
That's
with
your
this music.
masculine.
Say it one more time.
That's your masculine. Your divine masculine is activated.
Yeah.
Because your character is more no nonsense. When the divine masculine energy is activated, right? You could be a comedian, but when you say enough is enough, people are gonna be like, oh, he said enough is enough. It's time to stop.
Hmm.
Ain't gonna be no kiki and ha ha when you step into that energy and it projects itself. When you step into a room, it affects people. The women waiting on us to re-embody that divine masculine energy because it brings their divine feminine from the background to the forefront.
I can't keep containing it no more. I can't. I can't do it. We can't
Well,
do it.
there ain't nothing wrong with being dangerous, but be dangerous under control. Because if you're dangerous out of control, you bring destruction up on yourself.
I agree. I want to express myself. I want to say this like it's not strange, but the way like I came up, it happened perfectly to where I don't abuse aggression or I don't abuse violence because I was controlled my whole life, suppressed. But because I was suppressed, I learned how to actually I shied away from the danger. So when I got back into it, I already had the control aspect. I actually sometimes I shy away from the danger, but recently I learned how to actually appreciate appreciate it, like appreciate it because it's necessary.
But we need men to be, since when you say no, you mean no. When you say yes, you mean yes. We don't need the ones that no mean yes and yes mean. We don't need them kind of guys. You can't trust them under pressure.
Right, their liabilities.
Yeah, you can't trust them under pressure. We need men to be men. Stop trying to be a woman. Be a man. If you're a man, stop trying to be. It's not an attack on alternative lifestyles, but we here for a purpose. If you're gonna be here and you got the equipment, you're supposed to be here to fulfill that purpose that you came here. right? And our purpose as males is to rise up and evolve into the divine masculine so that the women can turn earth into heaven. They can't do it as long as we low vibrational, down low, creeping with dudes. They can't, because that's right there is it's a direct affront to survival. You can take 50 men and 50 cross dressers, put them on an island, and let them die, and in 200 years they're gonna excavate 100 men.
What's that
You can
mean?
put
Excavate.
50 men and 50 women on the island. In 100 years, you're gonna have descendants. The island can be overpopulated. See, it's a difference. Productivity versus non-productivity. Our captors, the one that's been feeding us this misinformation that we've been living by, is the ones who don't want us to populate the earth, and they don't belong here. So they want to have us in controllable numbers. Their systems of control, and they tell you what it is: sociology, the study of the movement of people, how people interact in groups. So that once you understand how the science to it, now you can see that they're using it in real time. But if you don't know the science, you never knew they was using it in your face, behind your back.
So, how long did it take for you to come to this point where you see the plot and you see?
Always have. The hard part for me was to see it. The hard part to me was explaining to the people that had been pre-programmed about the program that they couldn't see. I had to learn how to explain to children how the minds of humanity was hijacked in order for regular people, adults, to understand it.
So, do you? This is a question. Do you think that? Because personally, a part of me knows like, okay, I'm not supposed to tell everybody this stuff. I'm not supposed to teach or help, try to help. When they're ready, things will align for them to receive. So in that process, do we necessarily learn how to explain higher forms of thoughts?
First, you have to understand it. So once you understand it, you can explain it to people with a lower intelligence easier because you know exactly what's taking. Like I explained the mechanics of how somebody could be living and the sister can make contact with them while they alive. People think you got to be dead. You don't got to be dead. It's just got to be a genuine affection that's establishing the sympathetic link, and you can communicate.
And this is only with blue candles. What about white
No,
candles?
she was using blue candles for a specific person because the person was tied to the color blue. That was already the first step in the link. Then
Okay.
she used the candle as fire magic. She's a Leo, he's a Leo. So now they talking through the flame, right? If when her heart was pure, she established that link because his heart was pure. And when one of the Oracle sisters, the Delphi sisters, daughters of Isis, and many other names they went under, is reaching out to one of the gods, the earth gods. We spirits of the earth in physical form. And she's genuine, he's gonna respond to her however he can get the message to her, depending on her learning style. So you do different stuff on your altar, right? And then the food connection is for if y'all both have a common interest in food. That common interest is like putting an amp on the kicker box, right? Every time you add something to it, you add wattage to the connection. And if y'all both grateful for the connection, gratitude expands the bandwidth, meaning more energy for communication can transfer between the two people. Now you establishing what's called a quantum entanglement in two people. And they can instantaneously exchange information. So she went over the information that was being exchanged.
Okay. Okay. All right. I don't want to take more of your time up. This was not. I don't want to say crazy. This was amazing. I'll say it was amazing. Just to be able to talk to you one on one in front of everybody else. Peace and love to everybody watching. I love y'all. Let's stay balanced. Let's keep pushing. Let's stay. Let's stay. Let's stay. Let's
Appreciate
not.
you for coming up, brother. It was a good conversation, and it was able to give people insight on some stuff based on the questions you asked. So that's why I do this like this.
Yes, sir. The honor is mine. The honor is mine for real. My name's Jihan, by the way.
All right, Jen. I appreciate you. I'll catch you later.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see. Stephanie. Come on, Steph. What you doing? You better accept that. I accepted your request. You better pop up. Come on in. You're the next contestant. Chiefing with the chief. Can you, can,
Hey,
can you hear
can
me?
you see me?
Nope, I can't see you. I don't know if the people can see you. If y'all
Hmm.
can see her, can y'all give me a one? I can't see her.
I can see you though. Hey,
Okay.
how are you?
I'm good. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm fine. Hey, I have just a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you did a talk with B. Dell and that other gentleman.
Mm-hmm. We have spirituality.
Yeah, you were talking about